Welcome to the More Podcast with Ava and Najee, where we are manifesting original rich bitch experiences. Each week, we bring you travel reviews, wellness advice, and general millennial musings with a level of refinement. What level? It fucking depends. Hey, Najee, how are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling today, Ava?
I'm a little sleepy. It's so early for me.
Yeah, this is really early for you. Really early for you. So it's like probably 11 a.m. my time, and you're still on the West Coast, right?
I know. I'm still on that 8 a.m. shit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is actually, we're accommodating my schedule, so it's actually my fault. And I appreciate your flexibility.
You know me, easy, breezy, beautiful, cool like the other side of the pillow.
Cover
We
girl.
make it happen.
Yeah. Exactly. But I am coming to you live from Palm Springs, which is really cute because today's episode is a Palm Springs travel review.
Yes, I'm really excited to get into your adventures in Palm Springs. The only desert I've actually been to is probably like around Las Vegas, never the California one. So I'm definitely interested to see how your experience was.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm happy to tell you all about it. So let's see. Palm Springs is in California. It is the desert. It's desert vibes. And previously, my only experience with desert vibes was Santa Fe, New Mexico,
Oh,
which I love. That was really cute. I did a weekend there a couple years ago.
nice.
But
I've never been
similar to
there.
you, like I'm not super like familiar with kind of desert life. And it's definitely different. But it's kind of nice for a break. Like you just feel like you're in a very different environment. It's very dry. So the dry heat is quite enjoyable, actually. It's been sunny like every single day. I've been here for like 3 weeks.
That's
It's just
nice. And
sunny every
it's
day. The skies are blue. There's a lot of palm trees. The mountains are
beautiful.
pretty.
Beautiful. Wow.
Super nice. And it's actually, the weather's actually changing quite a bit. So when I first got here, it was quite hot. Like highs 99 degrees during the day.
And that was like in mid-October
Like
ish?
early October.
Early October. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so people kept telling me like, oh, so the travel or like tourism season is like winter. So starting like December through kind of April, I understand, because that's when it gets quote unquote tolerable and enjoyable weather-wise. Like in the summertime, it's actually too hot and people leave.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So I guess when I first got here, we were kind of coming off of summer still, which I can confirm was very, very hot.
Like 100 degrees
Yeah,
hot.
100 degrees dry heat. And it's like, is a lot.
I
Now it's
guess.
like upper 70s or low
Nice.
80s.
Nice, nice.
But what happens is at night it gets chilly.
Yeah.
So there's still like 30-degree temperature swings. Like I woke up an hour ago and it was 55 degrees.
It's a very aggressive drop.
It is. But it's kind of nice because you can there's range. Like you can wear outfits, at least in the morning, until you have to like peel off your cute clothes and just like wear shorts. But that is very nice. And that is probably the first thing I noticed and have gotten really on board with when it comes to Palm Springs. When it comes to getting to Palm Springs, it can be a little bit trickier because the local airport, it's super cute, but it's very small. It's like a boutique.
Oh my.
So fortunately, Delta flies nonstop from Minneapolis to Palm Springs. However, I know that for a lot of cities, you can't get a direct flight. So you can either fly to LA and then drive over, which I think the drive's a couple hours.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Or you could fly into, there's another regional airport called Ontario, California, which is closer than LAX.
Mm-hmm.
But then like sometimes I think people even like it would be further, but like the flying to Vegas and drive to. I think it just depends on how far you want to drive, honestly.
That makes sense. And I guess it depends on what else what else you might have going on that week or whatever.
Right. And you know me, I don't like to drive. So I'm like, I want to fly right into Palm Springs.
I totally get you.
Yes. So getting there, it can be a bit trickier depending on where you live. But if you can fly into Palm Springs Airport, it's just really cute. And it's kind of like an outdoor mall. Like there's like a little terminal that's inside, but then like you walk outside in between, like to get to the bathrooms, for example, or like to get to the car pickup. So they really just kind of bring in like the nature and the outdoors, and it was kind of cute.
Okay, a little bit of like an indoor outdoor living space vibes. I'm into it.
Yes, that's what the airport is giving.
Okay.
And so I will say, you know, transportation wise, this is not like the walkability of Palm Springs is like a 0.
I can imagine.
Like if walkability could have a negative score, it might even fall into that category because you have to rent a car if you're going to be here. There's no other way. Everything is very spread out geographically speaking. And even the things that aren't spread out, it's like sometimes too hot. So when you're like, oh, it's only like 6 blocks. No, honey, you're not walking
not
6
in this
blocks
100 degrees.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yes. So if you plan to come, I don't see any other way. Like you have to rent a car. For me, I actually got really lucky and got a pretty cute car on this trip.
What kind of car was it again?
Okay, it was a 2022 blue Ford Mustang.
Yes, a Mustang, not a Charger, right?
Not a Charger. It was a Mustang, still rocking the muscle car category.
Nice.
And I have never driven a car like that before because most of the time muscle car is not my vibe, but I enjoyed it. It was fun, and it felt very fitting for the area.
Yeah, definitely gives desert vibes. Definitely feels a little bit more Palm Springs. So I'm sure you fit right in.
Yeah, I think I did. I turned a few heads, not gonna lie.
I know that's right. She's a stunner in a muscle car. They're like, huh? What? Who is that? Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
La 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 la.
Thank you for picking that one up. I wasn't gonna torture people with my singing.
Oh my gosh, we love Eve over here.
We love Eve. Yes. So, walkability 0, rent a car. And from there, you'll be fine because then you can go anywhere. And there are actually like a lot of kind of little cities like right next to each other. So it's like Palm Springs, and then you can drive to the next one down the road, the next one down the road. If you want to do like an excursion to, because we're in the Coachella Valley here. So if you wanted to do an excursion to like Joshua Tree National Park, you could easily drive there. So car is a must.
Got you. Joshua Tree National Park on my must list for next time I go to Palm Springs. Yes. Okay.
You'd totally be in your element. You would love that.
Oh my gosh, yes. Totally into it. Very earthy.
Lots of earth vibes.
So like, what's the vibes like in Palm Springs? Like when you start to get into town and you see the people and you see the things, like what are you feeling? What are you feeling on your insides?
Ooh, what would I feel? Okay, so as I was driving from the airport to my destination, it was kind of cool because it's like you drive towards the mountains.
Oh, nice.
And so like for someone like me who doesn't live near mountains, like it is kind of like an exciting, like it's definitely a different landscape. And like they make you feel like really kind of small, and you're like, whoa, and you're like driving into the mountain and you can't tell, like it's hard to see like how close you can get to the actual mountains, but people build their houses like right next to, like almost up on them. So kind of like driving in was very cool. Now, it was kind of giving me Florida vibes in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that it's definitely more of like a retirement spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think they say like people come to Palm Springs to die. It's kind of true. It's kind of true though.
Oh my. What I know about Palm Springs is that, well, from reality TV, because everything on TV is true, a
Yes.
lot of people will leave LA, go to Palm Springs, party for like a weekend, and then go back to LA.
Yes. And I'm told there's that too. I haven't seen as much of that. Like I
Got
feel
you.
like it's
Got you.
like kind of split between like retirement vibes and
Mm-hmm.
like younger kid vibes. And by younger kids, I mean like maybe under 25. What I
Mm.
haven't seen, which I would like to see, is like, I'm like, where are the 30 to 45-year-olds?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to
Mm-hmm.
know. Where are they?
They're probably in LA.
Yeah, they're probably in LA. So there's that.
Okay, so mountains, retirement home vibes,
Hmm. Hmm.
and sprinkle in a little bit of like young kid fun energy for the weekend. Actually,
Yes.
one thing about California overall is that they really don't appreciate that mountain landscape like we do
Right.
because we don't typically see it, but it's literally their backyard. So they're like, it's just the mountains. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Ugh, they need to understand what they have.
And the weather, right? Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
they get the reverse psychology of like they get really excited about a day of rain. So it's like, that's cool. But when it's sunny every day, it just becomes a backdrop. And you're like, whatever.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, at least they are not vitamin D deficient.
That's true.
But you know me, I love a really, really good overcast day. And overcast day are the best days for photo shoots because you don't have to manipulate light.
That's true. So that doesn't really happen here. Minimal overcast days. Actually, some of the pictures I've taken, they're like definitely way overexposed because it's just like, how could they not be?
Well, I'm sure you got a good tan while you're there.
Yes. No, I've been tanning and it's been great. So it's definitely a good place to come if you're looking for like a down gear, chill, slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's some place to come to relax. And while I fully recognize and appreciate the need for relaxation, it's very hard for me to do.
Why?
I don't know, but it's like, I feel like it takes me a full week to be able to get into relaxation mode mindset. And then
Oh.
from there, it takes me like another week of like trying to relax. And then from there, the third week is when I actually might start to feel relaxed. It's a disease.
I'm I'm do you feel relaxed at home?
No,
Okay. Okay.
no.
So this isn't a locational thing. This is an Ava thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But when I
Okay.
go
Got
to
you.
relaxation location, I need to be there for a long amount of time before I can actually like relax.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
So if you were to send me to Palm Springs for 3 days, there would be no relaxation. It's 3 weeks or more.
Got you. And how long have you been there now?
3 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
So yesterday I was like, oh, some lady, it's funny. Some lady was like, you look really relaxed. And I like get my phone out to just like see what I look like. And it literally is like, I have bedhead. I'm just kind of like, waking up in the morning, like kind of like this right now, actually. It's just like, you look so relaxed. And I'm like, what the hell does that look like? So I get my mirror out. I'm like, oh, I just look like I rolled out of bed. Got it. Got it.
Oh, love that journey for you.
Love this journey for me, but not really.
Oh my gosh. So, were you able to at least get some type of rest, some type of relaxation going?
Yes. And I actually did that at a wellness resort.
A wellness resort.
Hmm.
I love that. That's the experience I'm looking for.
Yes, it was good. So I spent a few days at Two Bunch Palms, which is a sustainable wellness resort, and it's maybe 20 minutes outside of Palm Springs. I think it's in Hot Desert Springs is technically the area.
Cute.
But it's, so one of the things that this area is known for is like the hot springs water.
Mm-hmm.
So they pull in the hot springs water. They have all these like tubs, like mineral bath tubs
Mm-hmm.
that you can soak in while you're staying there. So they have two types of tubs. They have concrete ones and then they have teak wood tubs. And they're like individual pools and you reserve them and then you get in at your time and you just like, it's basically, it's not as hot as a hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
The maintenance man told me he was like taking the temperature of the water. I think it was 105 degrees.
Nice.
So warm bath, very warm bath. And that was probably my favorite part of this wellness resort experience. And I figured literally after we talked so much, well, not we, after I talked so much shit about water signs last week's pod, I was like, maybe I actually need some water in my life. So I got in a tub and I'm like, okay, this feels nice.
It usually does. Did you choose the concrete tub or the teak wood tub?
I did one of each.
Okay.
Yes.
And how were both of them? Were there any differences? Like, what did you experience?
So the concrete tub is, it may sound obvious, but it wasn't at the time. The concrete tubs are a little rough. Like I kind of scraped up my knee because it's concrete.
Oh, oh my God.
I know. I know.
That's not something I would expect from like a luxury spa experience.
Same. Same. But that was nice. The teakwood tubs are like you fill them up yourself and it's like for an individual bath. I mean, the concrete ones were a little larger. So like you could have been in there. We could have had like two more friends come join us.
Oh, spa party.
Spa party. The teakwood ones, I'm sure there's supposed to be a difference that I noticed. It was just like a different vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I liked both of them, but I got I got less injured in the teakwood tub.
Yeah, I feel bad that you had to experience that. Like you're expecting one thing and then you're getting like another. Like
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Croatia in the Adriatic Sea and it was like more like a stony beach and my feet were getting cut up
Yes.
on those rocks. And I was just like, this is not luxurious at all. I don't like this.
And no one
So I went to the
prepares you
bar.
for that.
I wish someone would like put some type of sign out and say, hey, it's a little rough. Be careful. That's all, right? We're not asking for much.
Right. And then like when you experience it, you're like, oh, well, duh. Like it makes sense. But you don't think of it beforehand.
Like we're trying to live our best rich bitch lives. We're not thinking about
Exactly.
like inconveniences and luxury experiences. Goodbye.
Right. And I'm like, sorry, that's extra. Like we need a full like a full
Nature's
sheet.
like, I'm not sure what you're expecting here. And I'm
Like expecting the moon, the stars, and the entire universe. So what's up with this
sorry.
shit? Sorry. But the resort was great. They also had like daily programming, which was really cool. So there was,
Oh, how cute is that?
I know, there was yoga classes you could take. There was like classes, like the law of attraction. They did tarot reading. They did wine tasting. They did, there was a spa. So it was really cool. I participated in, they had a sound bath for the new moon while I was there.
Oh, cool.
That was very nice. And I
Was it outside?
they have like a yoga dome pavilion on the
Okay.
property. And
Nice.
so it was like a little bit open air.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear kind of like the crickets at night or whatever, but it was like the top was covered.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice. The grounds were really pretty. And I don't know, like I had like a mixed, I think maybe it was just for the price point. Like I had kind of a mixed experience. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
Soho House rates for like not Soho House.
What was it? Was it missing like the bar experience?
It
Because that's
was
what it sounds like it was
missing. That's a good
missing.
question. What was it missing? So the outdoor spas and there's a nice pool. Like the pools and the water elements and the grounds were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that The restaurant on property was a little bit subpar.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you're there, like you have no other choice but to eat at the restaurant on property. Because I got dropped off. Like at that point I had gotten rid of my rental car. So I was just
Mm-hmm.
there.
Oof.
And so like the restaurant was meh, okay. One of the things that I tried that's apparently like a Palm Springs kind of thing is a date shake. Have you ever heard of a date shake?
Like a shake made from dates?
Yeah.
Like the little fruit thing?
Uh-huh.
How was it?
It was good. So apparently like the date shake is like a Palm Springs signature. And
Mm-hmm.
it's because of those like the date palms grow here. And so like their local harvest. And they sell these shakes everywhere. So like everyone has their own version of the date shake. But a lot of them, I mean, you would fucking love it. A lot of them have ice cream in them.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, like you would love the date shake. I had the healthy version at this resort. It was like almond milk and whatever. No
That
ice
sounds
cream.
good.
It's still good, but it was like I had one of those. It was a 12-ounce date shake, and it was $23 just to
Are
set
you
the
kidding
vibe,
me?
just to set the tone. No, I'm fucking serious.
Okay, wow.
I know. So I'd say the restaurant component of it all was not great. That's what it was missing.
Got you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And honestly,
Okay.
like the service levels, like I still feel like service is just not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm at a restaurant, whether I'm at the airport, like it's just like service is not what it used to be 2 years ago. So I think that's definitely impacting the travel industry.
Oh, definitely, I'm
Experience
sure.
is not good.
Wow. Okay. So, wellness resort. I guess if you had to give it a rating out of 10, what would you give it?
That's a great question. I honestly don't know. The resort itself, if I was going to rate it out of 10. Oh, I should also just add on one of the days I was there, there was a 10-hour power outage.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that hurt my spirit. 10 hours. Oh my gosh.
From 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., no fucking power.
That's so crazy.
It had me thinking, like, I started compiling a doomsday list while I was there. I'm like, if this shit happens to me in real life ever again, here's what I'm going to need: Starlink internet, solar panels, generators, backup batteries for phones and laptops, a self-filtering water bottle. Like by 3 p.m. that day, I was like full-blown panic mode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That sounds like a really solid list though.
I know. Write that
Like you were
down.
really productive during those 10 hours. Like a rich bitch gotta live.
A rich bitch has gotta live. I know. I have a survival kit that I need to procure.
Yeah, we might have to put that in a book or
Oh,
something.
yeah. We need to write that down.
Okay. Something good came out of that 10 hours. Awesome. I'm so sorry you had to experience that, but maybe this is the birth of the More
Yes.
Paw Publishing.
Oh my God. More fun publishing. Yes. I love
Oh
that
my
so much.
gosh.
So that had to be factored into my rating of the experience here, right? So I'd give
Yeah.
it like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad. The pools were everything.
Yeah, and it seems like they had some pretty interesting programming throughout,
Yes.
the time you were there. So I guess they have something to keep the people busy and interacting. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. I like those aspects of it.
Got you. We just need a better restaurant, better service,
Mhm.
and consistent power.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay, so Wells Retreat, check.
Check.
Now, although you didn't have a great restaurant experience at the wellness retreat,
Mm-hmm.
did you have any interesting dining experiences outside of that in Palm Springs?
Yes. So in Palm Springs, I found some really good spots. One of the ones that I love is called Gabino's.
Oh,
And Gabino's is like a little to-go creperie stand spot.
cute.
So they make savory crepes, and they have like a very small menu. They
Mm-hmm.
have, I went there twice. That's how you know I liked it. They have a gluten-free crepe batter. So I was super into
Mm-hmm.
that. But the first time I had the chicken pesto crepe, it was so good. And then the second time I had the buffalo chicken crepe, and that was also really good. But all their ingredients are like fresh. It's not like weird, like Subway style, you know. It's like
Right.
fresh ingredients, good meat, nothing weird, no weird chicken there. Um, and just really flavorful, really delicious. It's like a very casual experience. You actually can't even go inside. So it's
Mm-hmm.
basically like an order window and then kind of like an alleyway of tables.
An alleyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's kind of cool. I'm into that.
Yeah. So that was a really good find. I loved that. I mean, obviously I went twice.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And I also really need to get into savory crepes because I'm more of like
Okay.
a sweet dessert crepe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add that to my list of things to do. Maybe I'll just go out to Palm Springs and try Cabino because it sounds like they have really good ones.
Oh
And
yeah.
if I'm gonna start anywhere, I should start there.
It was delicious. Apparently they also have a Philly cheesesteak crepe that's off menu.
I
I
love it.
know. So maybe if I go back a third time, I'll try that one.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So that's a good spot. They're only open till like, the thing is, you have to look at the hours at anywhere you want to go here. It's not intuitive. So like this Gabino's closes at 3 p.m. So you just got to
Okay.
like check like, oh, is this a breakfast place? Is this a lunch place? Is it a dinner place? Is it all the above?
Mm-hmm.
And even the dinner places, like last night, the restaurant I went to for dinner closed at 9 p.m. on a Friday night. So it's like, okay. Yeah.
Definitely retirement vibes.
Pro tip, check the hours.
Very important. Or you'll end up starving at 10 o'clock.
Right. And then another restaurant that I went to is more of a dinner vibe. It's called 849.
Cute.
And it's a new American spot. And so they have like their interiors are really cool. Like it's like multiple rooms and it's kind of like glossy, black and white. And they've got a lot of cool like gallery art, paintings. Like it kind of feels like you're in a museum. And they had a really nice, just like heartier sort of like dinner items. So like I had sea bass, which was good. And they also have like a really nice outdoor patio area.
Oh, cool.
So I liked that. But I think my favorite dinner experience I had was at a place called Farm. And it is, oh, okay. Let me paint you a picture. It's like a French garden.
Caught farm. Okay.
Yeah. So it's called Farm, and the concept is it's French food, but it's farm to table. So they source all of their ingredients locally, but they prepare like classic French food. And the outdoor area is absolutely gorgeous. Like you literally feel like you're on like sort of like a farm that's like French countryside. Super cute lighting, lights strung across the garden, flowers everywhere, very
Beautiful.
charming. There were rose bushes behind my table. I
Oh
found
my
the
gosh, I know you loved
roses.
it.
I know. And the night that I was there, it was like a prefix 3-course menu. And it's cool because like they have these like giant menu boards and they bring them over to your table when it's your time to order. Imagine like a huge menu on an easel.
Oh, okay.
And then they bring it over to your table when it's time for you to order. They decide when it's time. Like they make you sit there a while. It's kind of weird. And so then you pick your courses. So I had a lobster bisque appetizer. It was really good. And then I had a shrimp risotto. And then I had a really delicious pistachio chocolate brownie for dessert.
That sounds really good.
It was good.
I'm a little stuck on the menu board. Like, we will come over and you will order when we are ready for you to order.
Yeah.
Not before, not after, when we come to you. So you better know what you want.
I know. And
Something
then you're
about that
like,
is very French.
it's exactly.
It's very French.
Yeah, they stopped short of like waiting 3 hours to approach the table, but
Well,
it's giving French. I also love that they are like, they say on the menu that they don't accommodate vegans. Something about that for me is like very charming and enjoyable.
okay, that is very authentic French vibes.
Yeah.
Just everything about that. I love the authenticity. Wow.
Exactly. I'll pull some pictures of that because it is really cute. It's worth seeing. And it was a really nice, enjoyable meal.
Awesome. Farm. Really, really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Oh, and one last notable one I will share.
Yay.
Yay! So one morning I went over to the Parker Hotel and had breakfast per recommendation from my business mentor, Natalia Benson. Shout out NB. She was like, you have to go to Norma's for breakfast. So I went to Norma's inside the Parker Hotel for breakfast, and I had donuts. I had donuts. And they were like, again, very healthy breakfast, I know. But I wasn't hungry because my reservation was like kind of early in the morning. And I'm really not into the mornings.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, what could I like possibly stomach right now? Donuts. There's always room
How
for
early
donuts.
did you go?
Like, I don't know. It's like 8:30 or 9 in the morning.
Yeah, that is early.
Like,
for
I
you.
don't normally
Yeah.
like to eat my first meal till like 2 p.m.
Yeah, I understand.
So, donuts. They were like donut holes, basically, and they were fresh, hot out of the oven. They came
I love
with
that.
They came with 2 dipping sauces. One of them was a lemon custard, and one of them was a fresh wild blueberry jam.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
It was delicious.
Wow.
And honestly, I feel like that was the first meal that I've actually tasted in a long time. And I don't know what that's about, but I feel like my taste buds have been like dulled lately. For like months. I'm like, is this depression? Like, what's happening here?
That's kind of crazy. I'm like, do you have COVID?
No, it's like ever since I got back from London, I'm like, shit just doesn't taste the same anymore.
That London food.
And I'm like, it couldn't possibly because there's like too much flavor there because, that's not what was happening.
Maybe just... It probably just damaged your taste buds. Not that London food is bad. It's just like not amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something weird is going on with my palate, but I kind of felt like a new person after I had this lemon custard and blueberry jam because it was popping.
Good.
Yeah.
It sounds like your taste buds are back in the game.
Thank God, because what is life without taste buds?
I mean, the last resort was going to have you do the hot wings challenge. And I'm not sure how that would have went for you, but I mean, I'm sure it would have kicked your taste buds into high gear.
Where can we sign up for that?
Oh, I'm not signing up for that.
What? Come on.
Oh, no.
You know
I am terrible when it comes to anything spicy. It would be good TV, though, because I would just be acting a fool.
Who would like to host the More Pod on their chicken wing? What is it called?
I think it's called like the Hot Wings Challenge or something like that. Yeah, the Hot Wings
Challenge. Hit us up.
Yeah, that would be... It would be good TV.
I'm into it.
Okay, so donut holes from Norma at
Norma's.
The Parker Hotel. Norma's.
Yes.
At the Parker Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
A+.
A+.
Awesome. Okay, and that was a recommendation from our girl NB. Shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
How'd you find the other 2 places?
So Farm and 849 were actually went with my friends who I've been staying with here.
Okay, awesome.
So Gary and Charlie found those
Hey, y'all.
places. Hey yo, found those places and made us reservations. And so I was excited to try those because 849 I had seen somewhere, I think on the internet. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh yeah, I was wanting to try that place anyways. And then Farm, they had never been because they moved here like a year ago, but obviously there's
Cool.
still a lot of places they're discovering. And
Mm-hmm.
so that yeah, they booked that a few weeks in advance and it was definitely worth it.
Perfect.
The Gabinos
Okay.
I read about in a magazine,
What magazine?
like the Palm Springs travel magazine.
Cute.
I know, I know.
Very cute. I love travel and tourism guides.
Honestly, like everyone pays to be in them, so I understand that it's sponsored content, but it's effective.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, when I was working in the hospitality tourism industry, the top rated restaurants in Philadelphia were always also like the best ones.
Yeah.
Like the French restaurant on Rittenhouse Square was always number one.
Mm,
It's called Park, and I just never thought I was going to be into French food, but when I went there, it was like amazing. So, I sponsored content, yes, but I think there's some truth to it.
I agree. I agree. I had
Yeah,
the same experience here. It's like, oh yeah, that was in the magazine, but oh, it's also really good. And if you're
yeah,
smart, why wouldn't you be in that magazine?
yeah, totally. Like obviously, people are reading it and going, so that's good.
Right.
So, restaurants, wellness retreat.
Mm-hmm.
When you weren't working and digital nomading,
Mm-hmm.
what did you do with your downtime?
Let's see. So I'd say most of my downtime has been spent poolside.
I love that.
I know. Again, it's very chill vibes, but I do have a list of things that I have done or would want to do because there is good shopping and there's
Mm-hmm.
also good like nature stuff. Now,
Mm.
I haven't gone on any hikes yet,
Mm-hmm.
but part of that is me not really wanting to hike solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's just something about that, and especially like with desert vibes, I'm like, if I saw a snake and I was alone on a hike, I would literally die. I would die.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. And also, like, it gets really hot and whatever. So I'm like, I just don't want to do the hike by myself. I haven't done that. But there's supposed to be some great hikes and also like a waterfall situation. So
Oh, cute.
next time you're coming with me and we're going to do the hikes.
Totally.
There's also a tram that takes you from the valley here up to the peak of the mountains.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's supposed to be fun. And I guess there's a restaurant on the top of the mountain.
That's how you do it.
Also on my list. Haven't gotten there yet. I went to they have in the downtown area, they have an art museum. I went to the Palm Springs Art
Mm-hmm.
Museum one day. And that was nice. Always love to see a little art
Totally.
and, pay my dues, donations to the city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the vintage shopping is something that I have been enjoying here because there's a lot of it. It's kind of like there's a lot of certain eras. Like, for instance, one shop I went into is like all 80s clothes. I'm like, that's not really my era, but I found a couple spots that I really liked that had like wearable vintage. So
Yeah.
there's this place called Melody Note, and the owner, she was super cool. But I walked in there and it's like, I bought like 6 things. So when you find a store that like matches the vibe of what you're looking for, it's like a hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I bought
Mm-hmm.
a really cute purse. It's a little black leather purse. It's a 90s. She had a lot of 90s stuff. And I'm like, it's so in. It's also like, I love it. I'm a 90s bitch.
Yeah, totally.
So she had this little black leather, like not like a satchel, maybe, I don't know, a bucket purse, maybe. I don't really know what to call it. I don't know what to call it.
I'm like, I wish I could help.
I know. I'm like, if I was in arm's length, I would hold it up, but it's not. but it's black leather, and it's a 90s style, and it has like a broken heart on it. So like a red broken heart leather patch kind of sewn onto it.
Okay.
And it's super cute. And so I was like, that is mine. That's coming with me. And then I got like a couple belts there. I got like a kind of mesh black fishnet type vibe shirt, like all sorts of good stuff. But she also, I didn't do this because I hate shopping for pants, but she has a lot of great denim. And so one of her things is she kind of specializes in denim, and she like fits people when they come in and like the whole thing. So definitely a lot of like wearable vintage, which I loved.
Melody Note.
Mm-hmm.
And she fits people for specific denim sizes for pants.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing service.
I know. And it's so necessary because like pants are just the worst thing to shop for unless they're sweatpants. It's like, are you a small, are you medium, or large? You're like, got it. Pants are the worst.
I can imagine.
Especially for women. I feel like men's pants have more specific sizing or something. Like there's more rhyme or reason to it. But even then,
I mean, yeah.
Even then, you know, it's like every brand is different. Sometimes every different styles of the same brand are different. And it's like impossible.
Yeah, I do feel like shopping for pants typically as a male is an easier experience than for women typically. Yeah, it's not a one size fits all thing though. But yeah, awesome. Shout out to Melody Note though. They seem awesome.
Shout out to Melody Note. That was a great shop. I'll be back there for sure.
So you got your vintage shopping in, you got your rose vibes in, you got your wellness retreat in, amazing restaurants. And you know we're going to be doing the hiking next time too, so that's going to be fun.
Yes.
And hopefully we don't find any like mountain lions or wild cats or anything. I keep replaying that one video that went viral on social not too long ago of the guy who ran into like some type of mountain cat on a trail. And I was just like, if that happened to me, I don't know what I'd do.
Not into it. Never been my thing.
And he was alone too. So I was just like, oh, goodness.
Yeah. So I figured that was not the smartest choice for me this time around.
Okay. On the to-do list for next time. And now I have a doomsday list. So that's helpful too. Yeah, I think it's always great when you go to a place, you're able to experience a lot of different things, but you know, every location has so much to it. It's hard to get to everything, even if you do have several weeks. So yeah, it makes you want to come back. And when you do get back, the place seems a little bit more familiar. So that's always a really, really good plus to not getting everything on your to-do list done.
That's true. There's more to be discovered.
More to be discovered, exactly. And luckily, it's not far away from LA. So whenever we do that LA coastal road trip, maybe we can do like a little detour out there. So that'd be fun.
Yes. Maybe we end in like the Joshua Tree area.
That'd be beautiful with the national park. I love that.
So let's see. Okay. We normally do ratings for these trips. I'm kind of torn on my Palm Springs rating, to be honest.
Why?
Because the weather's really great. And I have had some enjoyable experiences. However, it's just like sleepy.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound metropolitan at all.
No. You know, the one thing that is worth mentioning as a final note that I did not mention earlier is it is a very inclusive place.
We love that.
It is a very inclusive place, and we love that. I think that deserves to be mentioned. So love that about Palm Springs as well. Yeah, but so I'm like, and then I'm trying to think about what have I rated these other cities so far, because it's kind of contextual.
Let's see. Minneapolis was a 10. London was a 10.
Can I change that?
The bar is pretty high. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little enthusiastic about my hometown at that point, but see, like I think it's like a 6.5 out
Okay,
of
that's
10.
fair. That's fair.
But I kind of
Very
hover between
inclusive.
6.5 and 7 or 6 and 7. Okay, it's a
Let's
6.5.
round it up to let's round it up to 7.
Okay.
We love the inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
We love that you had really great restaurant
Yeah.
experiences. The wellness retreat actually sounds like a pretty decent time, minus the 10-hour power outage. So maybe
Yes.
if you went a different weekend, it
I
would have been a
know.
better experience.
Yeah.
And Melody Notes seems like a fucking vibe,
It
low
was.
key.
It was a vibe.
So basically, if Palm Springs was maybe a little closer to one of the cities, it might just feel a little bit more bustling.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And you got to drive a really nice muscle car around,
I
so
did.
that's a
Okay,
plus.
you're right. It's a 7. It's a 7.
So we're going to round it up to 7.
Oh, and I'm so excited to have you next time, obviously, because
Yeah,
I missed you on this travel review trip.
I know. I'll definitely be there next time. We definitely have to kind of like map out what our California coastline is going to be because I'm super excited about that. And we'll see what happens. Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's travel review, rate and review us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and tune in every Wednesday to hear the things that make us more us and discover a thing or two to make you more you. Bye.
Bye.